You're watching KCAL 9 News at noon.
Families all across Southern California are struggling these days to stay afloat. So how do you stay happy and optimistic as you try to survive this economy?
Well, Dr. Wendy Treynor has some great ideas. She has tips for people who are unemployed, facing other challenges. Dr. Treynor, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Dave and Sandra.
You talk about this road map to happiness. What do you mean by that? There's not actually a map that you can open up and look at.
Very good question. Well, I view it as a treasure map, and that the treasure is who we are. Ourselves, we are all treasures. And the road map to happiness is coming to discover the lovable, unconditionally lovable beings that we are. When we are immersed in the social world, we may find ourselves being swamped in rejection or conflict, but each of us needs to take time alone for ourselves to kind of refresh our energy and to feel the love and the joy that we are again. And so one of the things I recommend is that people take time alone with themselves each day. You can call it meditation, you can call it walking, or even exercise, creativity, just an opportunity to refresh before you go out into the world again.
I think a lot of people see someone like you on television and say, oh, what do they know? You know, they're probably so far from where I am. But in your bio here, it says you've been depressed, suicidal, cancer survivor, you've been jobless, divorced, and now you're happy.
It's the truth, I am. And that's why I'm here today, is I want to share some tips with your viewers about how they can be happy too. These are tips that are based on research and my own experience. So I'm happy to share them with you.
Number one, what is it?
All right, number one is to view your challenge as an opportunity. So your challenge is your treasure. And then number two is to accept everything as it is, not how you wish it would be. Because if we resist what is, we're going to create conflict for ourselves, whereas if we accept what is, we're going to create peace.
Well, I imagine that gives you the opportunity to move on once you accept what is here.
Exactly.
And it sounds like making the best out of any situation.
Exactly. That's what research shows, is that our thoughts are linked to our feelings. So we want to create thoughts that are positive so we can feel good about ourselves. Third tip for you is have faith in yourself and the possibilities. You know, when you've lost everything, you've nothing to lose, so we might as well have faith, right?
You can start rebuilding.
Absolutely.
I like the example you used that if a hurricane were to take down your house, suddenly you have an opportunity to build your dream house.
Exactly, and that's really how we have to look at ourselves when we feel like we've lost everything. We've lost our jobs, our spouse, our house. It's an opportunity for us to rebuild our lives the way we wanted it.
And you went through a period of unemployment a few years ago, had this great degree, and you went out to change the world, and you were going to get a job, and then what happened?
And then I didn't get a job. I applied to over 100 positions, and my dream was to become a professor, and I couldn't land the job. And unfortunately, at that time, I had linked my self-worth to my ability to land this kind of position, and as a result of my inability to land it, I became, I felt low self-esteem, depressed. I even had suicidal thinking. And now in retrospect, I understand that the truth is our value has nothing to do with our bank accounts. You know, we tend to come to a place where we think who we are is linked to our jobs, but our value is beyond our jobs. So if you have a friend or a loved one who you know is feeling depressed or blue because they're unable to land a job, this is your opportunity to show them that you love them for who they are, not for the job that they can get. And if you yourself are feeling depressed or blue, you know, ask yourself, am I in a social environment where people are accepting me for who I am? And if not, it's an opportunity for you to create a new social environment for yourself where you can find people who accept you as you are, because research shows that our as a human species has a tendency to like people who are similar to them. And with the advent of the internet, now it's easier than ever to find people who will share your interests.
One of the ways to do that, you suggest, is by volunteering.
Yes, I think volunteering is a wonderful way for us to create happiness for ourselves. It gives us an opportunity to discover where true wealth lies.
All right, Dr. Wendy Treynor, thank you so much for being here. Dr. Treynor has a free seminar coming up. It's called I Can Heal, and it's on happiness. It's next Friday, November 11th in Redondo Beach. For all the details, just go to our website, kcal9.com, click Seen on TV.